All right. Well, I'm with my main man here, Mr. Tony Cox, out of our Federal Way office. Excited to go deeper on our next episode of NAFter Hours. Tony, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. I know we're big baseball fans and got a chance to meet you a few months back before making the move over to New American Funding. And actually, we were at a WNBA event where we got to hear from a nice economist as well too, and it was good to see you there. But you've been with us a short period of time, just roughly coming up on your third month. And, with that, you've been in the business for roughly, 23 years in banking, 13 years in mortgage. So you got some bones, my friend. And, really wanting to just dive deep on, what brought you, to New American Funding. So let's start there and we'll kind of go deeper.
Sure. Um, well, when you're working at a bank, and as all other mortgage lenders out there know, it's all about networking. So I met Andrew a few years ago. He has a big online presence. Actually, when he worked for a different bank, so I knew him when he worked over at Fairway, and we just kept in contact over the years. Just as everybody knows in mortgage lending, it's a very small world. So don't burn any bridges and just keep in contact. We've sent some business back and forth. So as he reached out over the years, and as I started to kind of grow my career and think about the possibility of getting out of a bank and getting into either a broker or independent bank, you don't even know what you don't know.
Right.
So just getting comfortable with Andrew as my leader, and knowing that I knew him and he would support me in my journey. So that's kind of what brought me over this way.
That's wonderfully said. I'm always excited when our leaders are attracting good talent like yourself. I know that leaving the bank is not an easy task. I personally spent 10 years at Wells Fargo, so I can completely relate. But I hope that, the last 90 days have given you a little bit of a vision as to what's possible and what's to come as you're in our kind of ecosystem now of support and resources. But, is there something that maybe you were not thinking that you would get when joining New American Funding, or something that has excited you since you've been here that you weren't aware of?
Probably the biggest surprise for me coming over is when you think of independent mortgage bank, that doesn't mean you're independent as far as your journey goes. The support that you guys have here from leadership reaching out, like yourself, to even leaders I didn't even know. I think I had somebody in Texas doing a weekly or bi-weekly check-in and a call with me, which was just unexpected and an amazing support. There's an email that goes out. There's a Zoom meeting with all the newbies where there's no dumb questions. And that support continues right now, where you don't know where to go normally. Here, I felt like I always knew where to go,
Oh, that's
right?
cool.
Greg, you have a weekly, or actually a daily meeting at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock our time, where we just jump in, and if we have any questions, we reach out to local team members, right?
Yep.
So the support here has been bar none.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. It gives me chills, Tony, honestly, just because, we really try hard to ensure that your transition is smooth, to ensure that you've got the support and resources you need to succeed so that you've got, a full tool belt to go out to the market and win. And I know that it can be a difficult timing, I feel like, the season that we're in regards to the competition. But I do think that with all the tools that you have and all of the resources available, that you have a fighting chance. And so, I know that I'm blessed to have you join New American Funding. I know you had many choices, and I really look forward to helping you grow your career, Tony, within New American Funding as well, because I know you have leadership aspirations. So, with that said, Tony, any final remarks for the audience?
The biggest thing I think you'll be surprised with is the amount of solutions readily available to us, right? From non-QM lending that I didn't even know existed, uh, to portfolio. We have our own portfolio here. You don't have that at a broker shop, right?
Right.
But we can have access to all 50 states even. I can share loans even with loan officers across the nation. And that's stuff that just can't happen anywhere else that's happening here. and every day it feels like I'm finding out something new. So
Yeah.
the learning never stops, which is always very, very exciting, right?
Exactly. No, I'm a learner myself, and like to dive in and figure out some sort of new niche as to how I can help my partners or community. So, well, thanks again, Tony. If you're in the federal way market and looking to understand more about New American Funding, hit up Andrew Gray, hit up Tony Cox. Both, obviously very involved in their local markets, and love to show you a little bit more. So. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Tony, for joining me, and have a great week.
Thanks, Greg.